Chapter 38, Stephenville, Texas, 2008. The small town of Stephenville was abuzz with excitement as word spread about a possible alien encounter. People crowded the streets, cameras and binoculars in hand, hoping to catch a glimpse of something out of this world. Rumors swirled that the government was soon likely to confirm the existence of extraterrestrial life on Earth. The atmosphere was electric with anticipation as everyone waited for an official announcement from the human authorities. Unlike our previous attempts at disclosure as a test, we carefully calculated and strategized about which individuals would be fortunate enough to witness our ship's arrival. Our list included a skilled pilot, a vigilant police officer, and other carefully selected humans deemed worthy by alien leadership. Such testing had become necessary even prior to the Majestic 12's next intergalactic council scheduled in 2014 due to the possibility of humans ending their future as a spacefaring civilization before it could truly even begin. They were now sending way too many satellites into orbit in a manner where they could crash, and thus create a cloud of debris around the planet Earth so thick that interplanetary travel could no longer safely take place. The humans even had a name for this. They called it Kessler Syndrome. As our ships descended from the skies, their sleek metallic bodies glinting in the sunlight, the chosen few watched with both awe and wonder. It was a moment that would be etched into their minds forever, a moment of both intergalactic connection and revelation. The picturesque town of Stephenville, nestled in the rolling hills of central Texas, and the neighboring town of Dublin were a stark contrast to the bustling cities where our previous attempts at gradual disclosure had taken place, and were the perfect place for our test. The streets were lined with quaint shops and charming homes, and the pace of life was slower here. The logic behind choosing this more rural area for disclosure efforts was that members of the tight-knit community might have been more likely to know each other than humans in larger cities, and therefore more open to believing their friends and neighbors when they discussed the extraordinary event that had occurred. As we combed through countless web search results, library archives, and telephone records from all corners of the globe, a pattern emerged. The residents of Stephenville were more likely, on a per capita basis, to report the event to UFO watchdog organizations such as MUFON, also known as the Mutual Unidentified Flying Object Network, than humans in any other single location. While this was promising in terms of spreading the news worldwide, it also raised concerns about potential consequences for our extraterrestrial contacts within MUFON and similar organizations. Would they be able to handle the scrutiny and attention that would inevitably follow from such a report? There was no easy answer, but we knew we had to proceed. At this grand event, we made sure to showcase not only the incredible speed of our advanced interstellar spaceships, but also dazzled the humans with a demonstration of our swift and agile maneuvers. The sleek, metallic ships gleamed under the shimmering stars above. Our spaceships then sliced through the air like shooting stars, leaving behind a trail of sparks and awe in their wake. The humans watched with wide-eyed amazement as our spacecraft zipped and weaved effortlessly through obstacles, showcasing their superior technology and design. Perhaps most to the amazement of the humans was when we stopped the craft and stayed stock still for what must have seemed to the Earthlings like hours. We were proud to show off our advanced technology and leave a lasting impression on these curious yet primitive beings. In addition to demonstrating our technology for the people of Stephenville, luckily we were able to showcase it for the nearby military as well. The Air Force Reserve in nearby Fort Worth sent nearly a dozen F-16s to Stephenville that night to investigate what the locals had reported to them. It was our desire to try and demonstrate our advanced technology to these reservists since they were a more decentralized version of the United States military, and might be less likely to keep tight-lipped about such events than active-duty military personnel might be. Despite the testing event that took place in Stephenville, the incident failed to garner attention from the worldwide press. Many humans from outside of the immediate area doubted that these small-town, rural inhabitants truly comprehended the magnitude of what they had witnessed in their skies. The town's rolling hills and open fields may have seemed like an unlikely setting for such a perplexing and otherworldly encounter, yet, for those who were there that fateful night, there was no denying the truth of what they had seen. A truth that would forever alter their perception of the world around them. Our test was eventually deemed a modest success by the esteemed leaders of the Majestic 12. Their cautious optimism was evident in the way they analyzed each new detail that emerged from it. The event was a delicate dance of secrecy and disclosure which I had carefully orchestrated. And though it may have been viewed as a mere footnote in history for mankind, for those involved, it held a weighty significance. For the next few years, our minds whirled with strategies and contingencies as we prepared to step even further into the unknown territory of human contact and disclosure. The weight of responsibility and anticipation continued to hang heavy in the earthly air, but we knew that it would soon again be time to take yet another gradual and incremental step towards a peaceful coexistence with humankind.